Hi everyone, in today's video we're going to be discussing cofunctions. What do you know about the acute angles of a right triangle? Remember that word acute meaning less than 90. So if I have a 90-degree angle at angle C, what do I know about angle A and angle B? Well, angle A plus angle B have to equal 90 degrees. Because remember, there's 180 degrees in a triangle, and if angle C is 90, then angle A plus angle B have to equal 90 as well. When angles equal 90 degrees, they are complementary. So let's look at an example. Let's say if angle B we're going to represent as x. Angle A then must be 90 minus x. This means sine of x. So if we're at x and we want to find sine, so we're going to use SOHCAHTOA. Sine, remember, is opposite over hypotenuse. So the opposite would be B, and the hypotenuse, remember, is across from the 90-degree angle, would be C. So sine of x would be B over C. Now, let's find cosine of 90 minus x. So here we are at 90 minus x. That's our central angle. And remember, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So my adjacent is B, and my hypotenuse is C. So cosine of 90 minus x is equal to B over C. Notice they're equal to the same thing, B over C. So therefore, sine of x is equal to cosine of 90 minus x. We could also say sine of 90 minus x is equal to the cosine of x. If we were to find sine of 90 minus x, that would be A over C. And if we were to find cosine of x, that would also be equal to A over C. So the sine of a given angle is equal to the cosine of the complementary angle. These are three important facts we should know about cofunctions. Sine of A is equal to cosine of B, or sine of B is equal to cosine of A, and sine and cosine are complementary angles, meaning that they add to 90 degrees. Here we have cofunction formulas. A trigonometric function of an acute angle is equivalent to the cofunction of its complement. Cosine of theta is equal to sine of 90 degrees minus theta, and sine of theta is equal to cosine of 90 degrees minus theta. Number 1, find the value of theta that makes each statement true. So we have theta, sine of theta is equal to cosine of 25. Remember, theta plus 25 has to be equal to 90 because they're complementary. So in order to find theta, we just have to subtract 25, and we get theta is equal to 65. So sine of 65 is equal to cosine of 25. Let's look at B. Sine of 80 is equal to cosine of theta. Pause the video now to find theta. All you have to do is take 90, because remember they're complementary, minus 80, and you get 10. So sine of 80 is equal to cosine of 10. Look at C. Sine of theta is equal to cosine of theta plus 10. So all I'm going to do is take theta and theta plus 10, add them together, and equal it to 90 degrees because, again, they're complementary. Think of theta as x, so if we have theta plus theta, think of it as x plus x, so we really have 2 theta plus 10 is equal to 90. Subtract 10 on both sides. 2 theta is equal to 80 divided by 2. Get theta is equal to 40. So why don't we substitute to make sure this is correct? So we have sine of 40 is equal to cosine of 40 plus 10, which is really sine of 40 is equal to cosine of 50. We can double check 40 plus 50 is equal to 90. So in fact, this does work. Next, we have a bit of a challenge question. For what angle measurement must sine and cosine have the same value? Explain how you know. So if I have sine of an angle is equal to cosine of an angle, what number does that have to be? Pause the video now. Hopefully, you were able to determine that sine of 45 is equal to cosine of 45. 45 plus 45 is equal to 90. So the sine of an angle is equal to the cosine of its complement. Sine of A is equal to cosine of B, where A plus B is equal to 90 degrees. Let's look at this question. If sine of 2x plus 7 degrees is equal to cosine of 4x minus 7 degrees, what is the value of x? Remember, these are complementary, which means they add to 90. So I'm going to take 2x plus 7, and I'm going to add 4x minus 7 to it, and equal it to 90 degrees, because remember, they're complementary. Let's add like terms, so 4x plus 2x is 6x. 7 minus 7 goes away, so I'm left with 90. So divide by 6 on both sides. X is equal to 15. So choice 2 is my answer. So to summarize what we've learned, sine of A is equal to cosine of B. The sine of one angle is the cosine of its complement, and A plus B equal 90, they're complementary.